Hi everyone, Letty here again. So I'm going to do a pick a card reading today. This is going to be on the Akashic record. This was specifically asked by my friend, a Navy buddy of mine. Hi Angie. Me and Angie were in the Navy together. We were stationed on a destroyer up in Norfolk. So as you guys know, I'm doing these videos because we're in quarantine for COVID-19. I'm going on like day number 6 of this. So I hope everybody's being healthy. I hope everybody's washing their hands. You know, take your vitamin C and let's have some fun. So I'm going to talk about the Akashic record, a brief description of it. Then we're going to do a breathing exercise. Many times what practitioners do is they will put you in a hypnosis to help you retrieve your Akashic records. So if you don't know what an Akashic record is, an Akashic record is a detailed record of your past. It's mostly for your past lives. It will do a detailed record of accounts, feelings, people. It's very deep in our subconscious. So what your Akashic record will do is it's like a database, okay, for all your past lives. Now keep in mind the practice of the Akashic records, and Akasha, just so you know, the root word is ether, which stands for the 5th element, so your spirit, okay? So this was first practiced and recorded by Tibetan monks thousands of years ago, over 12,000 years ago, okay? So if you want to learn a little bit more about it, I will put some information in the description bar, okay? So that's enough about that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a quick breathing technique. Every time I read some of these cards personally here in Chicago, what I do is I make them breathe. And what I can do is I can sense your blocks and any pains that you have. You want to pay particular attention to that because that'll help, especially when I'm reading your cards. Now, to pick a deck, before you pick a deck, what I want you to do is I want you to breathe, okay? So before we even look at the stones, we're first going to breathe because I want to clear your blocks. Okay, so what I typically do with clients here in Chicago is I'll make you breathe for 3 seconds. So breathe in for 3 seconds. I'll count 1, 2, 3 and breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I do this about 3 times to help you, like I said, clear any blockages and just make you at a restful state. So you definitely want to do that anytime you're going in deep into your subconscious and you're pulling out stuff. So let's do that right now, okay? Before we even pick a stone, we're gonna breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. So for pile number 1, we have clear quartz. For pile number 2, we have amethyst. And for pile number 3, we have jade. So go ahead, take some time. Breathe again if you need to. And pick which stone, which pile is best for you. Again, we got 1, 2, and 3. I'm also going to clarify these cards with the Rider-Waite. They are all in one direction towards me. They are right side up. If they do flip, we will take that reading, okay, for a reversal. The cards I'm using today is going to be the Romance Angels deck by Doreen Virtue and the Fairy Forest by Lucy Cavendish. I particularly, love this deck, okay? When I'm doing anything about a person's personality or who they were in past life, okay? my music. So go ahead and pick, and let's get started, okay? So if you chose pile number 1, the first thing, I do channel messages as well, and I do pray to spirit, so you can do that if you'd like. But ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, I do invite you into this space. Only allow entities that are for our divine good into this space. Do not allow anything dark. And give us a positive reading for each deck. Thank you. Amen. So pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, you got the Hedge Witch. The Hedge Witch is number 5 in the Fairy Forest. You also got Free Yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And you got the Moon card. So the Moon card is represented usually by the signs of Pisces and Cancer. But the Moon card is about your fears and secrets, okay? So again, I'll go over the cards. I'll put them up so you can see them. The art in this deck is beautiful. So the Hedge Witch, herb wisdom, secrets, hidden love. So that's no coincidence that the secrets, the Moon card came out. And again, this is the Aquarian Tarot. I wrote on it so my daughter can learn tarot many years ago. This is one of my oldest decks. Okay, so right away what I'm feeling from this pile number 1, just as it says, you might be a life path number 5, and you may have witch ancestry. You may come from witches. So sometimes that scares people. A lot of times what I like to tell people is not to get scared. It's all energy, and it's how you use it. You know, if you want to be a white witch, you can be a white witch. If you want to be a dark witch, you can be a dark witch. None of them is equally exclusive. I am hearing your ancestors did come from maybe Salem or from New England, okay? This person in particular does have dark features and blue eyes, so maybe that is what you're known for, having dark features and blue eyes is what I'm hearing. I heard that you rebel, or in your past you did rebel against rule and authority. I'm hearing anarchy. You know, I was in the military, but I definitely understand right now people are in a state of fear because of what's going on. So the reason why breathing is so important when you do these is because you'll hear messages from spirit. And you always want to be level-headed when, you know, you're thinking of anything like this, about this time, what's going on right now. So keep in mind, you do want to do frequent breathing exercises is what I'm hearing. I do want you to breathe through this. So the witch. Witches do perform many rituals, many spells. I'm not sure if you're familiar with what witches do. You may want to Google them or start looking up videos for what witches do. I'm hearing altar. I'm hearing that your ancestors would like you to do an altar. If you're not familiar with the practices of an altar, I am of Mexican descent, so we do have altars or ofrendas, especially for Day of the Dead. I have an altar at all times set up for my mom. So pictures, things like that, your ancestors definitely want you to do that. And if you don't know how, I can put out some videos. Go ahead and request some more videos from me, and I'll do that. So right now I'm going to ask for clarity on this pile. So ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, give me clarity please on pile number 1. 7 of Swords. So I do get the sense that somebody deceived you in your past life. Somebody deceived you in your ancestry, or your ancestors is what I'm hearing. Keep in mind, witches were persecuted and many were burned at the stake. I'm hearing alchemy for some reason. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please give me clarity on pile number 1's pile. Okay, so the Emperor. So yeah, so I'm getting told to pick this card. What's happened in the past was somebody went against a divine ruler, somebody who was in total control, and you were persecuted in your past. I'm hearing the military. You could have been in the military and you could have defied a direct order. Keep in mind, you know, your freedom may have been taken from you. You may have been jailed or imprisoned by this emperor is what I'm also hearing. So in your past life, I'm getting told dreams. You had many dreams. You've had many dreams about being locked away or locked up, and you do not like confinement. This person in your past life confined you, and they stopped you from practicing spells and rituals. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please give me clarity. Give me clarity for pile number 1. Okay, so the Hierophant. Again, the Hierophant is an organization. It's schools, it's education, it's religion. I'm getting told that you went against the religion, the religious order at the time. I'm hearing 1800s. You may know of this, you may not know of this. It would benefit you to check out your ancestry, your lineage, because I am getting told that you went against, much like the Emperor, you went against the order, the priest at the time. And again, you were backstabbed and you were betrayed. That's why the 7 of Swords is here. I'm not going to hold back. So I did hear violent death. You did have a violent death, and that is clarified to me. I'm going to just trust my instincts with this. You did have a violent death, the way you passed on, okay? So again, breathe through this energy. I'm going to breathe through it because it's coming through a little bit heavy for me. So this is the sign of Scorpio. Death and rebirth is about transformation. So a lot of people don't know much about reincarnation. If you don't believe in it, you know, that's fine. You may want to look it up. But in order for you to switch from this past life into your new life, you did have to have a death and a rebirth process. And that is the theme for reincarnation. So perhaps you want to study a little bit more about that. I know, you know, Hindus and Buddhists definitely believe in the philosophy of reincarnation. Okay. So if this resonates with you, please go ahead and like or comment in the description bar below. And thank you for choosing pile number 1. Next we have pile number 2. Pile number 2. The cards you have are the Merciful One. Compassion, release, and relief. So this is card number 26 from the Fairy Forest Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish. This is a beautiful card. Right away I feel at peace when pulling this card. You might have a life path of 8. Okay, so you may want to look up your life path number. I see here number 2. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So I'm feeling somebody who was very compassionate in their past life. This person looks like a nurse to me. So I will say that. I do get the feeling of a nurse or a doctor. Somebody who provided health and healing, I'm hearing. Healing and care to somebody. You were also very beautiful, male or female. Your eyes were very striking. In the past life and this life. Queen of Swords. So if you see this, I did have descriptions on here for my daughter to learn. What's getting drawn to me is can't have kids. Perhaps you're a male or a female who could not have kids in your past life or cannot have kids in this life, is what I'm getting drawn to. You were a loner, you didn't have family. So you sank your career, is what I'm hearing, into healing others. And you were a very good healer, is what I'm getting told. So the Queen of Swords is you typically Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. You might be an air sign. I'm getting drawn to that. And again, it says pay attention to the red flags. I believe that you were somebody who gave and gave and gave, and even when you were told to walk away from people, you still stood with them. And that was to your detriment. You have an abundance of compassion, is what I'm hearing for this pile. Okay? So again, you got the merciful one. Number 8, pay attention to the red flags. And the Queen of Swords for pile number 2. So we'll ask for clarification. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please give me clarification on pile number 2. I'm getting told this card, 9 of Pentacles. So for you, your financial security is of importance to you, in the past and in this current lifetime. So you are somebody who likes to stash away money. That is all throughout your lineage. Your ancestors did this as well. They liked having a nest egg, is what I'm hearing, a nest egg in particular. 9 of Pentacles is somebody who is very independent. So again, with this pile, again, being a loner, you are very independent. You're very strong with your money. I will do a future reading on money, just because I know it's a concern for many people right now with what's going on in our economy. My daughter did ask for that, so I will do that next, okay? That'll be my next pick a card reading. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. I'm getting told this card. 5 of Rods. Business will improve. Recognition, mature gains, fighting. So what I'm feeling with this card is you were a nurse during a time of war. There was constant battle. You were in a battle zone. I'm hearing a nurse. You were a nurse or a doctor, but I'm really hearing nurse for this pile. And again, the 5 of Rods, just in case, is Aries, Leo, Sag, and it does talk about fighting, quarrels, and competition. So I'm also hearing you have competition when you are at work in this life, and you will continue to have that as your karma. Okay, Ace of Cups, water sign, abundance of joy, love, joy, fertility. I'm hearing this is your challenge. I'm hearing loving relationships with either the same sex or the opposite sex. A mate is always one of your challenges. So that may resonate with you. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. Please give me another card. Okay, this one, 3 of Pentacles. A skill, glory, mastery. You are very skilled. You come from people who are very analytical. 3 of Pentacles is people who like to work together. You like to work together as a team, and you find it difficult when people don't know how to be in a team setting. So So if this is your pile, this is you. Again, I do feel you're very compassionate. You give to a fault. You were and are very beautiful. You were a very compassionate soul. You have dealt with much competition, and it may be difficult for you to have children in this life or the next, or in the past. And you're very good with money. You do hold on to money very well. Okay, so if you pick pile number 2, thank you. And I'm going to move on to pile number 3. So pile number 3 is Jade. Right away I hear and I heard Earth. So you may be an Earth sign. Jade is all about luck and fortune and the tangible things. It's very good luck. You often want to put this in your plants, okay? So the first card we have is Friar, Abundance, Peace, Contentment. This is card number 23, which equals to a 5, which I'm hearing change right away. I think pile number 1 also had a 5 for numerology. As you can see, he is surrounded by a forest. So I am hearing you are somebody who likes to be out in nature, or your ancestors had an affinity with nature. Gaia is what I'm hearing. So the earth, you also may be a conservationist. I'm hearing not only a people person, but you are a pet lover. And you love all things for the earth. Conserving the earth, pollution, air, water, and the animals. Next card, actually 2 cards came out when I did this one. I did shuffle and I only wanted 1, but 2 came out. So I have here heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. And again, it looks like this couple is in the forest with angels surrounding them. I'm getting drawn to the green in her cloak. I'm feeling that you in your past life had a relationship that was rather tumultuous. You may have problems in this life holding on to a relationship because you give too much, I'm hearing, or you give too little, and you tend to be selfish. So if you look at this card, she looks like she wants to have a conversation with him, and he's just kind of like, but the angels there have her back. So your ancestors want you to know that they have your back. They are constantly around you. I'm hearing Anne, the name Anne. Next card is finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So again, I'm going to trust my instincts. I do believe that might be a reoccurring theme in your past life and this life. It's hard for you to hold on to a relationship due to the fact that you are not good with money, or you attract people that are not good with finances and career. And that's okay. I'm hearing you may go against the grain. You may find it hard to hold a job or to keep a job. I'm also hearing you may be an entrepreneur, or you like to work for yourself. I'm hearing your passions. You will need to focus on your passions. So right now, we are in quarantine. I know people are painting, they're doing things with their children, they're doing stuff with their mates, working out and such. I am getting drawn to that, and I am going to tell you the message. The advice is to pick up a hobby or work on your passions. You are creative is what I'm hearing. And you are passionate about the earth is also what I'm hearing. So you need to pursue that at this time. Next card you got is Queen of Rods. So fire. Usually Aries, Leo, or Sag. Queen of Rods is somebody who's very ambitious, very strong. she's a go-getter. She's fire sign. So usually what she does is she puts her ambitions first and she goes out and gets the life she wants. So with the Queen of Rods, you might be a fire sign, or you might constantly be in relationships with fire signs. Leo, Aries, or Sag. And again, she's holding a rod, which is earth. So you may be drawn to do things for the earth. Okay. So Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please give me clarity on pile number 3. Okay. Retreat. Take this time. I'm hearing take this time to relax from your job. You may be a go-getter at work, and take this time to retreat and to follow your pursuits. File? Why am I hearing file? Follow your pursuits. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please give me clarity. Okay, the Empress. So the Empress is somebody who is of the earth element. This is usually Taurus or Libra. Many readers say she's pregnant. What I like about the Empress is she doesn't beg. If you look here, it looks like the divine symbol of the Ankh. You may be of African descent. You may, like I said, be very much into plants. But she is pregnant. And what she is pregnant with is the ideas of birth, new ventures, new beginnings is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the crown. So the crown may be of significance, just like in this card, the Empress and the Friar. You may have also Greek, I'm hearing. Greek, where they constantly wore a crown of feathers. But you also may have royalty in your blood. Okay? That's what I'm hearing with that card. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, please give me clarity. This card? Yeah. Okay. Knight of Swords. I'm getting drawn to the swords here again. You may be somebody who likes to rush in and do one task and then move on to the next. Right now I'm getting told that it's best for you to finish one thing and then move on to the next. And that's why we pulled the Knight of Swords for pile number 3. So if this is your reading, thank you for coming. I'm going to do the next one I'm going to do is what is my life purpose? What career should I do? And how is my money going to look after this quarantine? This is what my daughter asked me to do. So thank you, Angie, for requesting this Akashic Records. And let me know if it resonates, okay? All right, guys. I got to do a personal reading here in Chicago. I'm not open at this time for personal readings, but that may change. Usually I use WhatsApp or FaceTime, and I do have a Venmo account and Zelle. So if you want a reading personal in the future, please let me know. All right, thank you.